The first love letter I received was from a girl from my school. And it was a typical love letter for 10-year-olds, except in one detail. It was written in English. But we both were Croats. She wrote, "I'm shy, so it's easier for me to write it in English." Initially, this confused me. But later on, I understood what was going on. As young kids, the emotions are strong. So to write in your native language, it's also a strong sensation. To distance yourself from emotion, you write in foreign language. With that, I learned how powerfully connected words and emotions are. I think that's one of the reasons why I became a psychologist, to be honest. So thank you, Anna. Later on, I learned the connection between words and behaviors. For example, if the name of the game is called Risk, you will be more willing to take risks. And if the name of the game is called Monopoly, will you be more willing to cooperate or dominate? Psychologists investigated precisely this. They created a game, type of prisoner's dilemma game, and the optimal outcome for all players is to cooperate. So if you cooperate, you make more money. The game was the same in the both groups. However, the name of the game was different. In one situation, for one group, the name was called community game. For other group, the same game was called Wall Street game. What do you think? Did this affected how much they cooperated? Indeed. 67% of people cooperated when the name of the game was community game, only 33% when the name of the game was Wall Street game. You see, labels are powerful. Words are windows through which we see our world. Metaphors we think in are the metaphors we live in. And tell me, how do you look at business? Is for you business a war? If it is, you are being more willing to focus on killing, crushing competition, not delighting your customer. And you know how the word marketing campaign came about? From a military campaign. When you would put camp in front of enemy territory before attacking. And in marketing, how do we call people we want to serve? Target audience, like we are looking at them through the rifle. This affects how we behave towards them. Now, when I speak with leaders of organizations, bigger organizations, I ask them, what's your problem? And they say silo culture is a problem. And then I ask them, how do you call different part of your organization? And they say, departments. And I say, departments? Like you departed from each other. The label department reinforces the idea of separation. Now, let's go a step further. Do you believe that your surname can affect your occupation? Indeed. People named Baker are more likely to become bakers. Then I was thinking, okay, I know a guy who is called Predrag, and he's very super nice. And I know a guy called Tvrtko, the firm one, he's not as nice. So I don't have data on this one, but I assume this may affect them as well. Okay, let's be practical. What's the purpose of each sentence? The purpose of each sentence is to take you to the next one. That's simple. First sentence needs to take you to the second, second to the third. If that doesn't happen, you are not writing well. So, regarding writing well, what are the obstacles in writing well? The first obstacle is ego, or ego curse. Ego is the enemy in life and in text as well. When we start from our own needs, when we are blinded by our own goals, our text tends to become self-centric. People don't like that. The second curse is curse of expertise. The bigger expert you are, the blinder you are. For example, if you're a legal professional, you write for other legal professionals, meaning most of us don't understand what are you writing. And that goes for most of other profession as well. This is one of the curse. And the third curse is curse of efficiency. We want to be efficient, but to make something beautiful, elegant, takes time. We don't have that time. That's why our texts are often boring or even ugly, and people like beautiful things, so they don't read our text. Is there anything we can do about this? Thank you for asking. Yes, indeed, there is. We can do something, but we need to learn a new way of writing. We all know how to write. School did a great job at teaching us that. But now we need to learn to write for the psychology of a reader. We call this psy-writing. So I'm going to share with you few psy-writing tips that you can apply in your own writings. The first one, write like you talk. Don't report, don't state, talk with your reader. And why is that important? Because it's very hard to live in the middle of conversation. If you create the mental image in your mind or in your reader's mind that you are in the middle of conversation, reader will be more inclined to read until the end. How do you do that? Ask rhetorical questions. Use everyday wordings. And avoid generic phrases. There's never a reason to write, let's say you're a company, at the end of the email, we remain at your disposal. You are not product on a shelf in a warehouse, you're human. So write like human. You can say, I'm here if you need anything. So write like you talk. The second one is write like you care. Imagine your wife or husband coming home, angry, frustrated. What's the worst thing you can say? Relax, chill. That never worked in the history of mankind, right? Never. Why? Because we as humans, we love when others acknowledge our emotion. And this is not acknowledgement. So when you are writing, try to imagine in which emotional state reader could write. Sometimes you need to imagine because you don't know, but sometimes you know. For example, you are in front of the ATM. You are putting the credit card. ATM is eating your credit card, and you are now angry and confused about next step. You write to your bank. So you are tense. And you receive something like this. Respected, thank you for using the products and services of our bank. I'm angry, and you are not acknowledging that. This is the reason why people write hate emails. What would be the better thing to write? Dear Boris, I totally understand. In that situation, I would probably feel the same. This is relief. And then the communication, the connection can continue. So write like you care. The third one is write with clear structure, and structure should fit situation. For example, imagine there's a fire in a building. Your attention is scattered. Will you have capacity to find your way out looking at the map like this? Or you will just follow the exit signs? I said fire because our readers very often have fire in their mind, deadlines, pressures. They are never reading your text with full capacity. So you need to write for tired reader. And you know when you are tired and you receive huge email which feels like one long paragraph without section titles, without clear logic. You hate mails like this. I print them, I leave them for tomorrow, and I don't think good things about sender. Because when people write like that, they are like hectic Italian chef making spaghetti bolognese. Everything is interconnected and messy. You need, when you write, become sushi meister. What does this mean? What's sushi? Sushi is one simple piece of food clearly separated from another. You can easily see what's inside, and you can easily pick one and digest it very easily. Sushify your text. People gonna appreciate that. Fourth, you need to write to create mental image. The stronger the image, the stronger the impact on reader. How to do that? Use specific, precise, concrete wording. Don't say it was hot outside. Say, on the beach, it was 39 degrees Celsius, and it felt like lava is burning my skin. It's more engaging. And when you engage someone, people can actually have enough energy to do specific action. If you say, eat healthy in your writing, people will not know what to do. But if you say, pick a handful of spinach, put it on every plate, on every lunch, every day, it's much easier to follow that. And one bonus tip, write with numbers. Numbers are easy to digest and they are easy to believe in. And the last one, write with verbs, verbalize. Use more verbs than nouns. Prefer verbs over adjectives. Verbs move action forward, particularly active verbs, not passive. Here is why. This is brain scan when we are moving our feet and our hands, blue and red dot. That's normal. That's part of our brain called motor cortex. When we are in motorical action, that part is activated. All good. What's amazing is the same part of the brain is activated. We are using action words connected with movement. When I say grab the opportunity, which is metaphor, the part of the brain where hand movement is happening is activated. When I say move the meeting, the same part of the brain is activated as if I am moving. This is so important because actionable verbs prepare us for action. They increase the chance of particular action after the reading. And we want to have that in our writing, of course. We want to influence behavior of our readers. For me, the strongest sentence ever written has 3 verbs. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquer. This is what Julius Caesar wrote after victory, and he wrote this to Roman Senate. Incredibly powerful, and because it's so powerful, it's why it sticks in history in such a prominent place. For the end, I want to say that more and more our economy is run on texts. Customer comments are important, customer complaints, product descriptions, AI, ChatGPT, it's all text. Our relationships can be built or burned based on the wordings we use. And our identities as well, they are shaped by the labels we put on ourselves and others put on us. So I want to invite you, to rewrite yourself, to rewrite your future and your business one word at a time. And enjoy the process. Thank you very much.